Well, it must be that time of day again. It's 6:05 and we're back on the mothership. This is the Plastic Action Hour from Plastic Wax and Donuts. My name is Billy. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, do me a favor before you leave and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on all notifications manually so that way you are never out of the loop when a Plastic Wax and Donuts video goes live. And don't forget to join the Donut Squad. Find us across social media at plasticwaxanddonuts.com. Today, we are here to talk about a man who has wined and dined with kings and queens, baby. He has slept in alleys and dined on poking beans. We are here to talk about the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. Now, this is his new Ultimate figure that just dropped over at Target. Make sure to head into your local Target store and find one. We're not sponsored by Target, nor would we ever work with Target, but hell, the only place you can actually find these things besides your local toy store is at a Target store. And if you're lucky enough to get in on a Sunday morning when these things release, well, here you are. So let's get Dusty out of the box and take a look at the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, baby. Dusty Rhodes is a well-traveled wrestling legend and 2007 Hall of Famer whose fingerprints are all over the wrestling we watch today. A mainstay of the territories and eventually WCW, the American Dream rose to prominence in the 1970s and 1980s, main eventing supercards alongside the likes of the Nature Boy Ric Flair, Handsome Harley Race, and in a brief stint in the WWF with champion superstar Billy Graham. After he retired, Dusty returned to the WWE in the mid-2000s to coach and produce and create the superstars of today that we saw in NXT. Sadly, Dusty Rhodes passed in 2015, but his legacy lives on through his sons, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and the Natural Dustin Rhodes, as well as the NXT Run Tournament, the Dusty Rhodes Invitational. All right, my friends, here he is coming at you from Austin, Texas, baby. I can't even talk today. Austin, Texas, baby. Accompanied by Sweet Sapphire. It's the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby. Father of WWE champion at the time of this video, Cody Rhodes, and the father of former WWE Intercontinental Champion, Tag Team Champion. Man, he's done it all. WCW TV Champion, current Ring of Honor 6-man Tag Team Champion, Dustin Rhodes. This is the American Dream depicting his run in WWE, WWF at the time, 1989 and 1990, accompanied by Sweet Sapphire. Unfortunately, we don't have a Sweet Sapphire figure, as cool as that would be. The iconic polka dots and the cop hat and nightstick from his feud with the Big Boss Man. I mean, Dusty feuded with some great talent in his time in WWE. My favorite being against the Macho King Randy Savage with Sensational Sherry and Sapphire in the mix. That was fun at WrestleMania 6. But let's talk about this figure. He is absolutely phenomenal. These head sculpts are spot on, literally fantastic. One thing that I found strange about this figure was, well, first of all, it's a brand new buck. That's the great thing. So we got a brand new buck for Dusty, which means we're going to get a lot of the bigger guys. Obviously, we just recently got Big Van Vader in an Ultimate, which is incredible, depicting his WCW runs. But I found the birthmark, and maybe I'm crazy, but I thought Dusty's birthmark, I really, really, really thought Dusty's birthmark was purple. I must be crazy. But great articulation, double jointed arms as usual, interchangeable hands, butterfly shoulders, the new swivel torso, which is fantastic. Mattel has done a great job with the Ultimate line thus far. It's almost a line that I would exclusively collect if they would do everybody in the WWE and WWF classic figures and so forth in an Ultimate form. That sweet toe articulation, double jointed knees, and just these better scans and sculpts are incredible. The figures like this are what wrestling fans are clamoring for. And don't get me wrong, that's no shade at the WWE Elite line, but me personally, I, as you know, spend money on Mafex, SH Figure Arts, Mezco. I look for those higher end premium figures, and that is a market that Mattel has yet to fill with WWE. This is about as high end as it gets, and at a great price point. $32 is not bad, considering the average Elite is anywhere from $25 to $27. And if you're buying on Ringside, you're paying to get it a lot earlier. Don't get me wrong, you're getting it earlier than most retail stores and retail outlets. You're getting them 6 to 8 weeks ahead of time. Disjointed hips on Dusty too, which is fantastic. Honestly, For any late 80s, early 90s WWF fan, this is a fantastic add to your set. Obviously, soft goods for his polka dots, which is great. We'll put those on in a minute. You get the headband too. And we get 8 pairs of hands, the 2 C grips, 2 pointing hands, 2 fist hands. I can't pick them up. 2 fist hands, and 2 wide open, I guess you could call them grappling hands. 3 total head sculpts, which are really good. Really, really good. And honestly, it's 2025 and we're off to a great start with action figures. This being my first real purchase besides Elite Legends Series 25, which is incredible. It has Rick Rude, Bret Hart, Justin Hawk Bradshaw, and Psycho Sid. You can see the Psycho Sid video. Hopefully, sometime this week, it'll be on social media. Don't forget, follow us, Plastic Wax and Donuts. But great start to 2025 for WWE. I think this might, and I'm just going to say it now, for you wrestling figure collectors, this might be one of your figures of the year. This is a legend that's long overdue in this form. When we first saw it at San Diego Comic-Con, there was a lot of excitement around it and people were stoked. And for me, it's just a great addition because, you know what, I have a WrestleMania 6 Dusty Rhodes. I have the Elite 63 NWA Dusty Rhodes, which is fantastic. But this just puts it all in perspective right here, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, an ultimate Dusty Rhodes, and hopefully not the last one. All right, now to talk a little bit about what I don't like about this figure, and there's only one small thing I don't like about this figure, and that's Mattel quality control. I say this openly and honestly because Mattel quality control, the heads are a little loose, and this has been, I believe, since a factory swap. We've been seeing that and a leg issue where legs are starting to show up just a little loose. Now, I heard about this from the Major Wrestling Figure podcast and throughout the social medias. I haven't personally seen it except for maybe a tiny bit of a loose leg on my From the Vault CM Punk Straight Edge Society. It's nothing that I found alarming, but the head is a little too loose. If you don't pop this on hard enough, heat it up, even at that, if you take the original head off and put a secondary head on, it takes a minute and it's a problem. So with that, be careful with your figures, heat them up, and make sure you're putting that head on secure or you're going to have problems with this just magically popping off on you. As you can see, mine's still a little loose, so he's going to be heated up off camera. We're going to try to fix this on our own. Otherwise, well, I'm stuck with him just like that because, let's face it, this figure is going to sell out and it's going to be gone. Except for the eBays. We all know that. All right, my friends, that's it for this time. Make sure to head on into your local Target store, not something you're going to ever really hear me say, to pick up this new Dusty Rhodes Ultimate figure, especially if you're a late 80s, early 90s WWF collector. This is going to look great on your Hulkamania era shelf. And you know what? Maybe you can get a sweet Sapphire custom made by my good friend over at 3XR Studios. Check them out. They're great. Maybe you can get a sweet NWA replica title made by Chaos Wrestling Club or our friend Jay Vega. But that's it for this time. My name is Billy from Plastic Wax and Donuts. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, are you buying this figure? And don't forget to subscribe to us here on YouTube and go to plasticwaxanddonuts.com to find us across social media. And on top of that, head over to see our sponsors. I Sell Toys for Fun. That's IST4fun.com, and use Donuts10 on your first purchase to save 10%. Don't get me wrong, best toy store in the world, but you don't want to wait for something to get sold out somewhere else, so head and see us first. Thanks for watching. Keep calm, collect on, and I will see you in the next one.